first real step of hypothesis testing means getting the knowledge of the problem you're working with. So what we're going to do today in this version of Stats Garage is go through the first problem on the inferential statistics handout. This will be posted on Blackboard. I'm not going to read the problem to save some time. If you look at the problem, it describes a research study, and in there it describes a bunch of different parts of the research study. The first step before we can do any hypothesis testing is to make sense of what we've got. So in this description of the researcher, experimental psychologist who wants to study whether marijuana users have impaired memory, is he starts with a knowledge about a standardized memory test on which people, it's known as his test has a population mean of 75 and a standard deviation of 6. And you know, I wrote mu and sigma. When we're talking about a standard test, we're talking about everybody, and that by definition is a population. So there's mu and sigma. This is the numbers for the memory test. He also gets a sample. The sample is of 16 individuals, and these people take the memory test, and the sample scores a mean of 70 and a standard deviation of 4. So I'm using X bar, I'm using S to represent those sample statistics. In reading the problem, right, reading these problems, you've got to separate a population from the sample. It's a matter of careful reading. If there's an N, you know it's a sample. If it says everybody, a standardized test, you know it's a population. The other thing going on there is the basis for the null and the alternative hypotheses. What is it that this person wants to test? Well, they want to see if marijuana users have poorer memories, right? So let's think about that. Memory impairment is what he's looking for. If they're looking for impairment, that's a decrease. Right? That's going to be a less than. What else is in there? There's another thing in there is the level of significance. We'll talk about that one later on. But the first step is making sense of what's going on. So what do we have here, right? I have a population. We know about a population. We have a sample, N of 16. We have the sample statistics. We know what it is this researcher wants to test for. Is there memory impairment in this group of people?